higher education within our respective states. Senator Fulmer, who I'll note is in the room here today with us, is the co-prime on this bill. After the bill was introduced, when it started we had about 4 pages, but after it was introduced there was just explosive interest in this crop and the potential for Pennsylvania to be at the forefront of growing hemp and using it for a variety of very productive ways that would help industry, help food processing, and also to give farmers an alternative crop to grow in the Commonwealth. We realized that we needed to get more detail on the bill. We got input not only from Senator Vogel and his staff as well as my staff. We talked with the Department of Agriculture extensively, and they had a lot of input into the amendment. Senator Vogel, the governor's office, as well as the House of Representatives, and I would be really remiss if I didn't mention all of the advocates who have been watching this very carefully and wanted to be involved in seeing this happen in the Commonwealth. And the Pennsylvania Farm Bill, or Farm Bureau rather, also helped us to refine the bill. Earlier this year, we held a joint Senate and House Ag Committee hearing, and we heard from stakeholders in other states that are growing hemp. The amendment to SB 50 addresses the issues that were raised, and it's, I think, a really good start, a very comprehensive bill that will help us get this industry relaunched in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Thank you, Senator Swank. On the amendment, Senator Swank moves the amendments under a couple of seconds. I guess before we go any further, Senator Fulmer, would you like to say a few words?
I'll keep it very few.
Okay.
I know you guys are busy. I agree, and I'm going to thank Senator Swank. Working with Senator Swank for this bill is very, very excellent. And I want to thank the committee for running this. Ladies and gentlemen, this is actually the ultimate no-brainer. We're looking at a plant that's a crop that would be a potential cover crop for our farmers. So if we're trying to keep farmers on the farm, here's an additional cash crop that would not only, number one, renew their soil and so forth, but also act as a way for them to earn money to stay on the farm, to be profitable. If we're worried about the environment, which we should be good stewards, we're looking at a crop that will not only regenerate the soil, renew the soil and so forth, but also help take toxins out of the soil. And as far as the usage, I think once this is unleashed, and we do need to start slow, and I think that the process in which we're going is very well done, and we need to walk before we run. But the potential is going to be unlimited. We're talking about wood, we're talking about cement, we're talking about paper, we're talking about plastic, we're talking about cloth and so forth. And then finally, for those who are very concerned about an underground marijuana market, you would want as much industrial hemp planted throughout the state, because no good underground marijuana grower would want to be within 7 miles of an industrial hemp field because of the cross-pollination of what would take place. And the way that it's cultivated, this is, again, like I said, a no-brainer, and I really want to appreciate the committee and their patience, and Senator Vogel for running this, and if you had any questions, I'd be able to take them. So.
Well, thank you, Senator Fulmer. Does anybody have any questions on the bill or the amendment? Senator Brooks.
Senator, in any way would this be used for any type of, I know it's used for ingestion as far as different foods, but as far as medicinal purposes or anything, you had brought up the marijuana, and is there any desire whatsoever to go down that path in this legislation?
Absolutely not, Senator Brooks. While marijuana and hemp, the recreational marijuana or medicinal cannabis are the same plant, the resemblance breaks after the name as well as the appearance of the plant. Industrial hemp has no THC, has none of the psychotropic effects that we associate with medicinal cannabis or with recreational marijuana. This is simply about a crop that is used, as Senator Fulmer said, in cloth. It can be used as a conservation crop to help hold the soil. It can be used as biomass in terms of a filler, let's say, like straw is used in a variety of industrial applications. And most of all, and part of what I'm very interested in, it has great nutritional applications in terms of the energy that it offers, protein, healthy fats and oils, but it has no resemblance after that to the other plant that you're familiar with.
What was the impetus of the federal government removing it from the market years ago?
That, I think, was based on some of the, I don't want to term it as hysteria, but the great interest in the issue of marijuana and the fact that the two plants look alike, they resemble each other, they share the same plant family. I think it was just removed totally from the market, which was unfortunate because in Pennsylvania we have a long history of growing this crop.
Thank you.
Senator Yaw.
This is really interesting because if you go into virtually any big grocery store here in Pennsylvania, you can find a whole series of food products made with hemp or in some form of hemp. I was surprised. There were people came into my office several months ago, and they were carrying a shopping bag, and I didn't know what was going on or whether they were bringing gifts or whatever they were doing. But yeah, they went through this, and they had gone to the Wegmans store, which was right just down the street from my office, and bought hemp oil. They buy drink mix, and the best one of all, though, they took out this little bag of pretzels. And guess what was on it? A Pennsylvania preferred sticker from the Ag Department. You know, we already have it here. The only thing we can't do is grow the plants. And Senator Swank, I read an article that there's a little bit more in the background as to why hemp was declared to be something bad. And that was because of the competition between a new product that was being developed called, I think it was nylon at the time, that people wanted to use nylon for ropes and parachutes and everything else. And so the way to take the competition, which was hemp and hemp ropes, out of the picture is to have it declared illegal. Now, that happened back in the World War II era. Whether that's true or not true, I don't know. But you know, there are some background. But what makes no sense to me is we can go buy all these products today. Every store here in Harrisburg. Thank you.
Just to add to that part, the point is that right over in New Holland, Pennsylvania, which is in Lancaster County, New Holland Ford Manufacturing, they make hemp harvesters. But they have no U.S. customers to sell them to. They sell them to Canada, sell them to Eastern Europe, sell them to China. But there's no farmers here to be able to use it. And finally, I mean, all those products, it's probably over $1 billion worth of products that we already are able to purchase and buy, but we can't manufacture and we can't grow.
Just to be clear, too, this doesn't mean that it opens the door to farmers throughout the Commonwealth, you know, plowing under acres of corn or soybeans and planting hemp. This is we're really following the federal guidelines in terms of the process that the acreage has to be monitored by Department of Agriculture, institutions of higher education like Penn State or others would be able to help research this product. It's not going to be in commercial use, perhaps for many years, but at least it gets Pennsylvania's foot in the door. At least 23 other states, it may be more, already have authorized the growth of hemp under these guidelines. Some of them have differed a little bit, but Pennsylvania, with our strong agricultural heritage, it's absolutely imperative that we also begin to, and I'll say it again, reestablish this crop in Pennsylvania, because for hundreds of years in starting in colonial times, we grew this crop in Pennsylvania. And I'm looking directly at my colleague, Senator Ahmed, who has municipalities in his district that are named actually after him, correct? We're getting started. Oh, you do? That's right. That's right. I'm sorry, Senator Warren.
Yeah, we have Hempville. We don't have police there, in case you haven't heard that.